हे गाइस अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं मावा शजाज। आप मुझे देख रहे हैं यूट्यूब, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, ट्विटर, जहां भी। आई होप आप दुनिया में जहां भी होंगे खुश होंगे। इस दफ़ा मैं जिस ड्रामे के ऊपर जिन ड्रामों का राउंड अप कर रही हूं उसमें डंक है, फितरत है, दुल्हन है। सो स्टे ट्यून्ड। शुरू करते हैं डंक से। डंक दिस वीक इज इट्स सेकंड एपिसोड एंड दिस वीक्स एपिसोड इज ऑल अबाउट द एक्सप्लोजन of what happens when that moment sort of takes over your life, takes over your family's life. Sexual harassment allegations are very serious allegations, and once something like this happens to you, whether you are the victim or you are the person who has been accused of such a heinous crime, things go sideways absolutely immediately. In this case, we see that there's a professor who has been accused of sexual harassment by his student. The girl's name is Amal, which is played by Sana Javed, and the professor who has been named of in this sexual harassment scandal is Professor Humayun, which is played by Noman Ijaz. He and his wife, played by Yasra Rizvi, are in this episode starting the point where everything sort of starts falling apart. They're preparing for their daughter's birthday party, but then on television, all his friends and all his family also sees the thing get blown up on media, and it's very interesting to see how the wife reacts and how everybody else reacts. Then on the flip side, you have Amal, played by Sana Javed. Her family also finds out that this thing has gone really mental, and then everybody's involved in it. Media is involved in it, and Amal's fiance, which is played by Bilal Abbas, he is somebody who is also at the center of this entire scandal because he's the one who's standing by his fiance, and he's very angry about the whole thing. And anger is one of the key points that I think this episode is talking about, that how anger sort of takes away from the larger conversation. Media, social media, television, it all takes away from the larger conversation, which is about sexual harassment, and it sort of turns into something else. It turns it into a messier, more dirtier, and a less focused sort of a conversation, which is supposed to happen around sexual harassment, but nothing of that sort happens. It just turns into one big giant crazy situation, and we see that how we have the truth of one person versus the truth of another person. For the viewers at this point in time, it's he said versus she said, although we do not know what really happened. And from the upcoming episode promo, that's episode 3, उसमें भी कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है that what really happened between the two of them. Although we do see that there are some scenes that we see that Amal is talking about, that he tried to force himself on her, but then how did she get out of it? We also see something very important, which is the society's response to sexual harassment, which is also very, very negative. We see that how when they find out that a girl is speaking up about sexual harassment, what really happens, what do they go through. And this is a similar story, whether or not you are on the side of the truth or not the side of the truth, that really doesn't matter. The truth of the basic truth about something like this is, and which has been addressed in the TV show Dunk, is that when a woman speaks up about sexual harassment, and the taboo is even bigger for men, when women speak up about sexual harassment, society responds in all sorts of terrible ways, and all those terrible ways are explored in the episode. So we see how victims are blamed of oh, why did you speak up, you shouldn't have spoken up, you should have kept quiet, you should have brushed it under the carpet, while on the other side we see the accused side of the story, where we see that if in case when we see that somebody is innocent, what do they go through, if they are innocent, how does society respond to them and how they deal with that. A very interesting conversation between Humayun and his wife. Again, amazing performances by both Yasra Rizvi and Professor Humayun, where they both, you see the pain and the fear in both of each other's eyes. There's mistrust, there's a question, people don't understand what they really want to do with something like this. The real question becomes that does the wife believe him, because that is where the real question arises in the audience's mind, that even if the wife also is somebody who does not stand by the husband, then definitely maybe something is going on. But if the wife stands by him, then really what does it mean? Although we have seen instances where men who have been accused of sexual harassment, wives do stand by them regardless. So here we go deep dive into the relationship between this man and this woman, and again, brilliant performances by Yasra Rizvi and Noman Ijaz, actors par excellence, and so good to see both of them together on the screen. Then we have Bilal Abbas' character Heather, who gets into a brawl. I really like how Bilal himself is sort of convinced about Heather's his motivations and his actions. So you see that kind of rage and mad anger when he attacks another person for questioning Amal's integrity, and I like that. Because that is sort of what makes the audiences also convinced, and that sort of moral dilemma also rises, that what is really happening, because both of these sides seem to be telling the truth. Then there is another question of FIRs being cut, and we all know that the courts and the justice system in Pakistan or in developing countries, they do leave much to be changed, and they do need to be a lot of massive reforms in the justice system, whether it comes to court reporting, whether it comes to dispensing justice, when it comes to how these matters are dealt with, and what kind of system is there for victims and for people who are falsely accused. So for both of these parties, the whole system really needs an overhaul, and that's why you see that everybody is like very against the whole going through the justice system for getting that kind of judgment or that kind of justice which Heather and Amal really want. But at the end of the episode, we see that Amal doesn't want to file an FIR. She doesn't want to go through the whole 9 yards, and of course why that is, we'll see that later in the episodes. But right now we see that a lot of family questions are being raised, and these kind of family questions are very typical also when somebody decides to speak up or at least go public with their accusations. It's a very well written, very well executed episode. Can't be expected anything less from Badr Mahmood and Mohsin Ali. They've both sort of delivered consistently previously as well, especially Badr Mahmood, who has a knack for thrillers and who has a knack for building up high intense drama, and he's really got it down pat, especially if you go back to Mubarak Ho Beti Hui Hai, where it was a very, very small scale intensity in the sense of the nature of the problem, although it was still very intense because women were being thrown out and women were extremely victimized. So in this case also you see that he's kept it really tight, he's kept it really, really high pitched, and I like that because a story like this cannot lose its momentum. It has to stay on pace, which is what makes me wonder that I hope that it doesn't lose its pace by 18-19 episodes, because it can get exhausting. So let's see how Badr Mahmood and how the TV show manages to keep our attention intact. Once again, brilliant performances. There's a cut to cut scene between Yasra Rizvi and Numan Ejaz and Sana Javed and Salma Hassan. So this cut to cut sequence is there to tell you that there are different versions of truth, and sometimes you believe people and you have legitimate reasons to believe whoever it is you want to believe. So whether it's the man trying to convince his wife, or if it's the daughter trying to convince her mother that something like this has happened or something like this has not happened. So the question of he says, she says, or hearsay, all of that sort of comes into sharp focus, and we see that different people have different reasons to believe whatever version of truth they want. Looking forward to the upcoming episodes. Now let's move on to Fitrat. Fitrat has turned into a bit of a crazy ride. Like I said, we always invested in it in terms of a family drama, but that doesn't mean that audiences are no less invested. They are also really invested in this show. The show is raking millions and millions of views, and every episode, even the promos get so many views, and people are like obsessed with it. And I can understand why, because it's very addictive, and the roller coaster ride that all of the characters are on right now seem to have hooked the users in even more. And one would expect that this family drama would somehow get clarified by somebody overhearing a conversation, or somebody just reading text messages or picking up a call the way that they've done it before. But this time they've taken it up a notch. Bilal and Faria are now really they are the personification of evil, and what they have done to this innocent girl, Alize, which is Shehbaz and Arbaz's younger sister, is really just it's just criminal. So how will that comeuppance happen? We have yet to see that, and we also have yet to see what this girl says when she comes to. Will Faria sort of find her way into jail where she deserves to be? And this Bilal character, oh my god, I really hope that he lands in jail. So we have to see that. I think that won't come anytime soon, because they're really banking on the tiny bits of episodes that they give us every day. That said, I do believe that there are a lot of good things about Fitrat which keeps audiences interested. I think it's the dialogue, and I think it's the way the characters are sort of going through life as it happens. So, and because we're watching it every day, we feel like this is happening every day. So I think there is some sort of a connect with the audience when it comes to that. But again, it has become very fantastical, but still believable, because these kind of things happen in our society. They happen all over the world, and women are sort of hoodwinked, and there are evil people and there are evil men. So all of these things are happening, but it's a bit weird that everybody is like drinking soup all the time. हर थोड़ी देर बाद हर बंदा सूप पी रहा होता है, दूध पी रहा होता है, सूप पी रहा होता है. So that kind of makes it a little bit funny at times, a little bit improbable. Plus everyone's like in perfect makeup all the time. But then that, I guess that's the soapy thing that we have to just accept. Last but not the least, let's talk about Dulhan. Dulhan stars Sami Khan, Faizan Khaja and Sumbul Iqbal with Mashal Khan. So this is a show which is moving in a very good pace. I think that it is one of the most underrated shows that are there on television, and if we could get more budgets and if we could get a better audience and if we could get our channels to understand that, look, you can create better shows, but I think that this could have been an amazing thriller, and I wish that our audiences and we had a bigger audience that would understand this, and so that channels would also get the money they need to make something like this on a bigger scale. But Dulhan is a TV show which is really, really good. In the recent episode, we finally see this girl sort of just, speaking up her mind, and she threatens the boy, she threatens Mikal that, this time if you don't, what I really need from you is for you to accept that you and I have had this relationship. I hate that about these other shows which don't show that the woman is having a voice of her own, or that she's just constantly being berated and beaten and failing at things. I think that normal human beings don't work like that. Normal women don't behave like that. And I think that's a very damaging message that sometimes our dramas give to audiences, that a woman must, she just stays silent and silent and silent. Yes, we do stay silent sometimes, but when things are so bad, somehow or the other, we do manage to speak up, because that is very human nature. So when we look at this girl's character, when we look at Sumbul Iqbal Khan's character, I feel that what is really great and really satisfying about the recent episode is that she's finally spoken up. And when Mikal offers her a lot of like riches, that I'll give you an apartment to live in, and I'll sort of, give you all the things you need, material things, which she really needs because she comes from a really poor family. So I like the fact that they showed the heroine with a lot of integrity. She refuses this, this offer. She tells him that what she really believes and what she really needs, and that love she had in her heart in the very beginning, where she hoped for a better life, that was not because of the money and all those other things. It was because she really felt good with him. So that kind of expression is really cool, really refreshing, and I am glad that they are not whitewashing Mikal right now. And he gets those sudden doses from the heroine as well, but I hope that they don't just immediately whitewash him, because what he did was a crime and what he did was not okay. So I'm going to really lose a lot of hope if there is not enough of sort of penance that he pays. I just hope it's not one emotional speech or one small sequence. I think he has to pay penance throughout many episodes. I hope that happens. Let's see if that happens actually, or let's see if Mikal ends up disappointing us, or maybe we end up liking Mikal. We don't know. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this recent recap. Stay tuned for more reviews, and let me know what you guys are watching, and let me know what you guys liked this week and you didn't like this week. Thank you so much for watching once again. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, etc, etc, etc. Thank you so much. Bye.